Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? We're going to make this pair of spur straps with a nice concho as an ornament. It's first for me and it was a bit tricky to put all the pieces together, but in the end I'm pretty happy with the result. The pattern is not from me, but from Gabor Pinter. I'll let a link in the description to his website, so go check him out. Let's get started. So first, I have not filmed it, but we cut our piece of leather to the shape we want, and then we transfer the design onto it. Here, this will be the main piece of the project, so the rest is just simple straps to cut out. I'm using a Dwayne Watt swivel knife here. That's my preferred knife personally. I'll leave a link in the description. It's pretty straightforward, so I'll speed up this part. Here I've noticed that I forgot a line, so I'm taking back my template, aligning it, and fixing that little mistake. Here I'm using my stitching groover with the modeling head, and I'm gonna trace the border around the design. Next step is to bevel the design. I usually start by beveling the border, but it's just personal preference. You can see I'm using another piece of leather underneath. It's because the leather I'm using for the spur strap is around 5 to 6 O's. It's not really thin, but if I was beveling it on the slab directly, I might go through. Using that piece of leather underneath will just give you better depth in your design. Now that we've beveled all the line, thumbprint, we just have to finish the background that I'm doing right now. And then right after, you're gonna see me do the decorative cuts. And the golden rule is always check your work. As you're gonna see right now, I noticed that I forgot something. So now it's time for the not so fun part, which is doing all the little straps. Here, so that's the main strap that's gonna go around the shoe and into the buckle. So off camera, I cut it, I dyed it, and now I'm gluing it to its lining piece. I have also dyed the main piece off camera, and here I'm taking my template to mark the holes for the concho and the two straps. So the buckle straps and also the little, how do you call that? The holding strap, let's call it the holding strap, where the lanyard, the bigger strap, is going to go through and then into the buckle. Here I'm punching the hole for the concho. The concho is only going through the top layer, and its pole is a little bit too long, so I'm gonna make a washer so I can really tighten it. Now I'm cutting a straight strap. That's gonna be for the holding strap. And for the first time in this video, you can see me dye a piece of leather. Here I'm punching the hole for the buckle strap and the holding straps. So punch two holes and cut a line in between for the holding strap. It will prevent your leather from splitting up. Now we need to take care of our edges. Once the strap is going to be in the slot, we're not going to be able to reach it. So I'm beveling, dyeing, and then burnishing them. The strap is way too long, so I need to cut it to the right length. I usually do a long strap and then cut it in multiple little straps. It's just easier to bevel and take care of the edges that way. Here I'm gonna punch the hole for the buckle. Now I'm punching the hole for the strap. It's folded on itself, so it's two layer. So I'm using an oblong punch so the strap can really fit well. The first time I did it, I just do my two holes and cut a line in between, but then the leather is all bunching up and it doesn't look really good. After test fitting it, I'm just going to skive the two ends of the strap so it can lay a little flatter in between the two layers, between the lining and the top layer. Okay, so here I messed up and forgot to film the process of installing the two straps. For the buckle strap, just fit it in the hole and rivet it, and for the holding strap, same thing. I've also skived the two ends of the holding stripe so it can lay a little flatter in between the top layer and the lining. Then you just need to glue your lining to the top layer, but just remember to leave a space for your strap to fit in. So don't put glue around the concho here. Now we are approaching the end. I'm just going to groove a stitch line around the piece. It's always the best practice, I would say, to sew your pieces together before cutting the excess lining. You never know, but by pulling on the thread while sewing, you can the pieces can move a little and then they're not going to align in the end. So just stitch everything and then cut the excess and finish with your edges. Do the same thing for your strap, and then just punch your hole and get to sewing. Once you're done with your stitching, you can then trim the excess of the lining. Try to be as precise as possible. Do this on both your pieces. Now we just need to finish our edges. There is a lot of videos on YouTube on how to finish edges, and there is as many ways as finishing edges as there is leather crafters. I usually sand mine with 2 or 3 different grits, then bevel my edges, dye them, and burnish them with stucco. Your edges is what makes your pieces look finished. How much time you want to spend on it is up to you. Once again, I forgot to film the dyeing and burnishing of the 2 pieces, but you can see the result here. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. I'm sorry I forgot to film so many stuff, but hopefully it was enough for you to understand how to build these spur straps. If you have any question about the process or didn't understand something, just leave a comment and I'll answer you. Next time I'll try to do better, I swear. If you want to see it, please subscribe. See you next time.